Hi guys, welcome to another episode of The Coin Show. I've got my video camera going here so I can chat with you for a minute. I've got something down here you might see as new, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And you can probably guess what I'm doing today based on that over there. That's the Lincoln Cent Resource Guide website. If you're going through Lincoln Cents, you need to have that website pulled up and check it with the coins you're looking through, because if you don't, you might run into the situation that I have right here that we're going to be talking about today, and that is old collections that were never checked for errors, repunched mint marks, double dies, anything. Just there's an old collection back before all this information was readily available on the internet. An old collector just took the coins and threw them in a Whitman book and filed it away and called it good. That's the case today. And this is my personal collection that I started when I was 8 or 9 years old. So I know for a fact that my 8 or 9 year old self knew nothing about the stuff in this website over here. So what hidden gems are in my Whitman books? And for reference, I brought them along. And I've got Volume 1, 1909 through 1940. Volume 2, or Book 2, 1941 through 1974, and then I've just got a blank cents book that I've written in one coin per year for as many coins as this Whitman will hold. Now, like I said, I've had these for 35 plus years, and this is the book my grandfather got me started on because he had this exact book. 1909 to 1940. He was born in 1909, so the Lincoln Cent was always close to his heart. So this is the book he started with. And then when I was a young lad, he bought me this book, 1941 through 1974, because, well, these are a lot easier to find in circulation. And in fact, when I started this book, it was in the 70s, so it was really easy to find the coins later on in the book here. So these are guaranteed unsearched, and I did not search these before I started recording this right now. So whatever I find in these books, you guys are going to find it right along with me at the exact same moment. So hopefully this turns out being really cool. This one is not a 1925D. I've got it in the 1925D slot. That is not a 1925D. There's no evidence of a mint mark there. That's one where my eyes, or perhaps my grandfather's eyes, were fooled. Because he built this book when I was young. I helped him put it together. Maybe I said, "Hey, Grandpa, I found a 1925D." And he put it in the slot, and somebody was wrong. So I'll have to take this one out of the folder. This one is 1925S, and barely visible even with the naked eye. Lots of metal alloy impurities, liberties, just about gone. Mottos barely intact. Well-worn coin. very minor die cut right here along the rim. Alright, this one is in the 1927 S hole. That is clearly a D. So that one's got to come out. That is a D. So I'm actually going backwards with my collection here. I thought I was filling holes, and nope, I'm making holes. Minor crack or die cut right there. Again, these are so worn. This is a little more interesting. Trust. The T and the R are pretty prominent. T right here is prominent. U and S are pretty much gone, not there. This is most likely a die filled with grease, and the U and the S were impacted with grease and then not struck onto the coin. So there you go. There's a grease-filled die that obliterated two letters there. Pretty minor, of little interest to me and other collectors, but if a lot more of the design was missing, it'd be really cool and worth a whole lot more than what this is, especially in this condition. Now, I may have noticed that the U and S were missing in that previous coin when I put that coin in this book, but I guarantee you I didn't know why it was like that. Liberty's gone. Alright, so I reached the 1936 cent, and there is a double die, actually 3 double die varieties for the 1936. So right here I'm seeing a little bit of weirdness on the tip of this 6. I don't know if I can attribute that part right here to being doubled or not. I'm seeing also a little bit right here. That looks to be damage. So let's check out these double dies for the pictures and see what we've got. Here's double die obverse type 1. That does appear to match pretty closely to what I have here. But there are other die indicators to look for. Here in God, the motto, "In God We Trust," you can see some doubling here, and there, and on the inside lip of the G, top of the N. So let's go to that portion of this coin and see if it matches. Now again, this is a pretty well-worn coin. It's going to be a little hard to make things out. So, doubling here on the O. I don't really see it here. I do see a little bit here on the inside of the O. But that doesn't match here. And there's a doubling here, which might be that. Let's check out the G. Some funkiness right here, which might match that, or that could be damage. The N right here. Again, that might be part of it. Just this coin is so worn, it's really going to be hard to tell. Let's check out Trust. And this is even more worn than the other one, because the doubling we see right here would go away after a lot of circulation. So I can't specifically tell there. Again, here on the R, there's some, but that's gone away. There appears to be a notch right here, which is indicative of a double die. There's a notch right there. So this could be it. Some weirdness right here on the T, which seems to also hit there on the coin I'm looking at. This appears to be doubled here, the bottom of the U. Here's we. Here's pretty strong doubling here in the W-E of we. Let's check that out. That appears to be matching that. And there we go, right there. So the rounded bit right here, and then the triangle bit over here of the E. There's the rounded bit, and there's the triangle bit of the serif. This is pretty well obliterated up top, so we can't make an ID based on that. I'm seeing just enough to make out that this is a double die obverse number 1 for 1936. Now there is some doubling in double die obverse number 2, but I did not see any of this on mine. There's another number 2. No. Doubling in 3 does not match mine. Nope. So I'm fairly certain this is a double die of verse number 1 for 1936. I don't see anything listed for Liberty doubling in the number 1, but let's just take a look at it anyway. Could be here. This could be a notch on the L for doubling. This could be a notch on the I for doubling. It's really not distinctive enough on this warrant of a condition to ID for sure. There, this is a notch. Make sure it's actually a notch and not damage. Or a trick of light from this microscope I'm using. But that looks like a notch to me, and it matches this notch over here. So I don't think that's machine doubling. We've talked about machine doubling in earlier episodes. So what I'm going to do is put a mark on this. There we go. GDO number 1, question mark, 1936. That will warrant some further investigation. Again, I know a lot about coins, but I don't know everything. So that might be one to send away. Or at least show pictures to somebody who's more knowledgeable than I. And we're already off the list. There are no more double dies in this book anyway, which covers up to 1940. So this is just going to be a quick tour. Again, looking for minor errors, cuds, die cracks, that kind of thing. This might be a bit of a retained cud die chip on the D, but it's pretty well worn. This is interesting. 1938. There is what would appear to be some doubling along this line of the 9 and along this top of the 9 and here at the side of the 1 and the top of the 3 and the top of the 8. What I believe this to be is machine doubling. When the coin ejects from the die, it kind of smears some of the lines of certain aspects of the design. So I'm thinking that's what it is. There's no notches here down at the end. It appears to be the metal's moved from here over to there. But I'll look more into this one later. Coming up on the last couple cents in this folder. Last chance to find something good. Possibly another one of those circular impressions. Some kind of weird design on it. You almost think this says U. And if you let your mind wander, U, S, A. There's a scientific name for that when your mind plays tricks on you. It makes you think you're seeing things that are not there. That's a neat one. Last chance. Something cool. And it's the last coin in the book, and you can see this one's in the best condition of everything so far. No double dies. It's the 1940. Quite a bit of nice shine to this, not a lot of corrosion. This is how I wish a lot of my scents were. This is how I wish all my scents were, actually. And that's it. Well, our tour through the 1940 Lincoln Head Scent book is done. Found a few minor things we can look at later. But this was really just a test of my new microscope. So I'm liking it. And look forward to going through the rest of my books later. Maybe find something cool. So thanks for watching, guys.
Access Vision, your voice, your community.